All right, everybody, welcome back to Movie Talks and Chill. We are your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Buds.
I am in desperate need of a haircut. I mean, Patrick Wall.
Yes, he is. Yes, and this is the very first episode since Sunscreen Film Festival.
Yep. It's also another very important episode.
Yes, this episode is number 200. This is the 200th episode.
Can't believe we
You're
made
not
it
going to
this
make me
far.
cry, damn it. Shut up.
Yes.
Stop looking at me.
Patrick is almost 20% of that time frame if this was years.
I did the math. I understand.
Okay, I was going to say, I was giving you time to work it out.
Just open up my calculator
Started
real
smelling
quick.
smoke. He ran out of toes, damn it.
There's a whiteboard in the back. Calculations. Somehow he cured cancer.
Where'd you
but-
find an abacus?
I made it. Tony needs a new bed.
Made an abacus out of my bed?
Eh?
No? Okay.
Yes.
Where'd you get the beads?
I found those too.
They're from Mardi Gras. Shut up.
Yeah, I bet they were. That's why they were in that vat of baby oil.
Saying P. Diddy.
Yeah. That's the Diddy closet.
Yeah, this isn't that. But it is number 200. 200 hours.
200.
200 hours of talking. 200 hours of gazing into each other's eyes.
Yeah, this is at that moment because like back in the day I used to play Call of Duty and you could log on and see how much time that you spent on there. Mm-hmm. And
Well, now they just put that on the dashboard.
yeah. Well, I mean, you had to be logged into the game.
Oh, so on PlayStation, if I just scroll over to the icon, bottom right-hand corner, you've played this X amount of hours.
Oh, well, wow. That would have made me feel worse. But I looked on there and there was a year.
Oh, wow.
A year.
What was the year? What was the year?
No, that was how long I played
Oh,
it.
a year.
A
Okay.
year.
A year. You've been playing this game for 4 almost.
Well,
4
but it's
hours.
only 200 hours.
Yes.
The year mark doesn't come up like it doesn't make me feel like shit. And that's when I stopped playing. Or as much as I used to.
Coward.
Yeah. Weak sauce.
Yes, I know. I've spent too much time exploring vagina since.
Yes. So by the time
Patrick got sad.
And I don't have an argument against it.
cry, boy, cry.
Your tears sustain me.
So I will say, by the time this episode comes out, we will have launched the last episode of Sunscreen, and that'll be, well, at
That
this
one's going to be a
time,
good
it
one,
would have
too.
already come out.
One of the final interviews is great on that episode.
Yes, yes. So, and that was a fun time. So it's been basically almost a month.
Yeah.
Actually, almost a month to the day.
Yep.
So that was good. Doug was supposed to come join us. He couldn't. He had a family thing he had to take care of. So hope everything goes well with that.
And we tried calling Ben, but as usual, Ben doesn't want to show up.
Yeah.
That's why we like Doug better.
Yeah. But he might be coming back on at some point soon. Just kind of give us a recap of like the aftermath of.
We know where his office is. We could just bring this crap down there and get him.
Yeah. Corner him in his office.
Yeah.
Guys, I got a call. Yeah, you do right now.
Here's
Hold his calls for the next hour, please.
But sir, you have that Bruckheimer meeting. Not anymore. Actually, get Jerry's ass on the phone too.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
have him invited.
We'll take this interview live.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I was telling these guys here, we won't talk about it this time, but I'll just mention Thunderbolts was great in my opinion. I'll wait to find out what their opinions are on it, but
He texted us 3 days ago, and he's surprised that we haven't like dropped everything to go see the movie.
yes, yes, yes.
He's not arguing
I'm
this.
not.
Because it hasn't been pirated to a certain site that we use.
Go watch Thunderbolts.
I
No,
do want to watch Conclave. Have you watched that yet?
I have.
Is it good? Okay.
It's slow, but good. It's meant to be slow. It's kind of
Yeah.
like it kind of reminds you like a little bit of the Da Vinci Code or Angels
Oh,
and
okay.
Demons. It's got that kind of feeling to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like where he's running around uncovering like clues of Leonardo da Vinci, but no, it is very good. A lot of great actors in it. I just watched that a couple days ago, I think. Yeah, it was a couple days. I don't even remember what day it is anymore.
Where am I? October.
Feels like it.
No, but that was good. I'm trying to go through because I've been watching some stuff. I do actually kind of want to check out. I'm debating whether I want to go to the theater for it or not. Is that The Last Final Destination? Mm-hmm. I mean, Final Destination is like my diehard thing that I want to go see, but
It's a fun little series. We're 2 movies past the movie called The Final Destination.
yeah. When they say it's the final, it's supposed to be over. It's like
Well, it's the same thing with all these damn Mission Impossible movies. I'm beginning to believe they're actually possible.
yeah, they are.
I heard this one's actually really good. That
There's
last
only
one.
17 of them, right?
That's what they say about every one of them. This one's really good.
Yeah, this
one's
fast,
gonna be
this
really
Fast and the Furious is new.
It's got a new
Cars
number on
in
it.
space. Yeah, it's got a new number.
Well,
Actually, they're up to 10. The first one didn't have a number, so yeah, new number.
oh god, they're gonna go to freaking Roman numerals soon, and it's gonna be like fun
Well,
names.
Yeah, Fast and Furious is going to be them in the trailer park or the old folks' home racing their scooters up and down the hall
Well, supposedly this next
and
is
dealing
going to be
blood pressure medication.
the next one is going to be part 1 and part 2 because it is the last Fast.
Of course they would. Yeah, and it's not.
No.
No, they say it. It's not. It's just like the Final Destination. It's not. There was a trailer. I didn't see it like on my phone online or anything. But while I went and saw Thunderbolts, one of the trailers in there was for a new Now You See Me movie.
Oh.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Okay.
It's called.
I really like those movies.
I actually liked them too, and this one looks interesting.
And I'm
From what
not
I gathered of it is everybody kind of all the original group kind of separated. So it's I can't remember what was his first name? His last name was Atlas. It's the Jesse Eisenberg character. His character name was something Atlas.
Take your word on that one. It's been a
But-
while since I've seen it.
But anyway, he finds this new group of magicians, and he's trying to
No
pull
more
off
Woody
like-
Harrelson?
Well,
Oh.
they all show back up. So, but they in this
Kind of more of a passing the torch
yeah.
deal.
The sense is that they've all kind of separated, and like there's a scene in the commercial. I'm obviously not going to give anything away because it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Well, what about the other guys?" He's talking to the nuke. He's like, "Oh, they're dead," and they're like, "Oh my god." He's like, "No, they're just dead to me." He's like,
Yeah.
"There's a whole big thing. We had a falling out." But they all end up coming back around, and so it's like the older and now the newer. But they're supposed to be stealing like some kind of heart diamond or something. It's like
The Hope Diamond?
Whatever the most expensive diamond is in the world. So they're
Turn
going
that
after
sideways so no one thinks we're sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored by. So that looked good. That looked like intro. I didn't really see any other trailers that really jumped out at me. Mine is Fantastic Four, but I've already seen that trailer. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I saw another one of like it's a spoof or not a spoof, but like a promo that they were running. I think for like baseball or something like that, and they're trying to get up the elevator. It's like, why am I? Johnny Flames in there is like, why am I taking the elevator? I could have just flown there. Been the same thing. It's like we're just all trying to arrive together. Like, yeah, now we're late because the elevator's not working. It just keeps pressing the button. Keeping pressing it does not make it move faster. Yeah, well, it's not moving. And it just like get frustrated in the elevator.
I think we can safely say that Tuki Tuki and Kaka Kaka don't work.
Nope.
Do it again, brother. Rub some soul on it.
Oh, good old Orlando Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, now I have to watch Evolution. Oh, shucks.
Yep. Darn.
I have to go watch a good movie.
Darn.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah,
That sucks for you.
I know.
Just bring yourself some blue.
Yeah.
I will say, in our little hiatus, I did watch a new film. New to me. This movie has been around since 1902. So it's a silent film.
It's due to him.
Yeah. Not anymore. I've seen it. It's now
Did
old
it
to
leave
me.
you speechless?
A little. So it's called A Trip to the Moon.
Okay.
And this is a very iconic movie, and it's a French film, and a French film company found the original, reel of it. So they went back through and colorized every frame, all 30,000 of them. It's only a 15-minute movie, but it's about 4 scientists. I don't know. Once again, silent movie. You have to really interpret what's going on
Right.
sometimes. So they shoot themselves to the moon in a big old bullet. It hits the moon in the eye and then bleeds. And then they get out, and it looks like a giant hellscape from which there is no return. And then they go in, they start exploring, and they find a mushroom forest. Then they put down an umbrella, and it turns into a mushroom.
So they were high.
Probably. Well, I mean, the next thing that
Even
happens
in
is
1902, they knew how to party.
they got attacked by a moon goblin. They
Oh.
killed it, and then they killed another moon goblin, and then 30 of them like chase him out and capture him and take him to the Moon King. And then the other guy just picks up the Moon King. Clearly, he was like a mannequin, but he just like takes it over his head and slams him into the ground. Killed the Moon King. Then they go back to the bullet, fall off a cliff because the moon is up, Earth is down, so that's
Yeah.
how they get home.
Yeah, of course.
And then the moon, one of the goblins like held on to it, and they go back down to Earth. And everyone's like, "Yay, they came back, hooray!" And then there's like a little moon goblin just like walking around and like, "No, you don't do that. You dance like this." And then he just goes like this for the end of the movie. It was
ahead of its time.
a unique experience, but I can say I've seen a movie from 1902. And now my HBO Max thinks I want to see everything that was made in
And
1902.
that was 50
wasn't
years.
much.
Again, there's one other movie on there.
That was 50 plus years before we started hurling rockets out there that could actually do that,
Yeah.
or 40 plus years because
There were no moon goblins. So.
yeah, the V-12 is basically was designed. Germany's V-12 rocket was designed to go to space, but that was what they Warner von Braun said when the first time they launched the V-2 was that the missile performed perfectly, just landed on the wrong planet. So they turned it into a warhead instead of sending it to the moon.
Yes, but they didn't go to the. They didn't go to the moon, but they did get in space.
Yep. Damn Sputnik, Russians.
Who was the first person in space? Pop quiz genius.
Louis
that?
C.K.
No,
Who was that monkey that
first
Person.
Person.
Come on. Caesar doesn't count.
Come on, the clock is ticking. This is worth $100,000. Don't cheat.
Oh, well then I don't know.
Do you know?
Buzz Aldrin.
Nope.
He was
Buzz
that first.
Aldrin. Where did you Buzz Aldrin?
You just
Second man to step on the moon.
Yeah.
Second,
Yeah.
not first.
He's not the first one in space?
No. Stop cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Neil Patrick Harris?
Well,
Probably.
it should be. That guy's out of this world. So. No, his name was Yuri Gagarin. It was a
Definitely not going to.
Russian's astronaut. He was the first one in space, first American in space. Was
Buzz Aldrin.
Alan Shepard.
Oh, okay.
Buzz Aldrin again was the second person to step on the moon.
Gavin said it with such confidence. Like,
That's how you deliver
Now,
answers,
who was the
dude.
first person to step on the moon? The first.
oh,
Haven't
that
you-
was Alan Alda.
Haven't
Alan Alda. Okay. Anyway, moving on
Buzz
to movies.
Aldrin?
First, not second, which is still two. Not
Oh,
like
who was
2,
that
0, 0.
Neil Livestrong guy? Whatever his name.
Armstrong. Neil Armstrong. Wow. I'm
The
going
Love
to.
Strong guy?
All right. So
For the
I'm-
record, I did know that answer, but I could see it in his eyes that it's
That's
about
why-
to pop.
That's why
Now-
I said the Neil Patrick Harris.
for one of the episodes coming up, I'm going to have you guys do homework and movies about NASA and space travel.
I've seen Apollo 13.
That's not the only one out there.
Does Stargate count?
No.
Does that Mark Wahlberg remake of Planet of the Apes count?
No.
Oh.
No, actually,
Ad Astra?
movies that are.
You can watch that
I
one.
know. So we're going to give him Ad
Oh,
Astra.
God.
I'd rather watch Red Planet.
Watch his head explode. Hey, yeah, Red Planet?
No.
No? Damn it.
No. They're going to Mars.
Gravity?
I'm going to murder both of you.
Interstellar!
No. Worst movie.
Really? I love that movie.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. He originally just want to watch Ad
What about
Astra 'cause
Fast
he likes
10
the
when they
ad.
drive cars into space?
Yeah, Fast
When
10.
that happens, maybe I'll think about it.
I'd just like to see the re-entry on like a Camaro.
Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of, like The Right Stuff.
Space Cowboys.
That was about NASA. I'll give you that much.
Armageddon.
All right, moving on.
Don't you just have a room of people thinking shit up?
So for listeners out there who actually likes real space travel and real space movies, about
Mars
real
Attacks.
place, yeah. I'll neutralize you like they did. Zap you.
Real quick, did anyone see the new season of Love, Death, and Robots?
No.
So they, in like the last season, they had that mini zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
They have one where mini alien invaders.
I've seen a reel on that. I haven't seen I'm gonna have to watch
It's
it.
pretty good. It's not as good
It's
as
still
the
like
zombie, but it's
oh
good.
yeah. I had to show Rachel the zombie one. She laughed her ass off.
Well, apparently the first episode is also just a Red Hot Chili Peppers music video, but they're all marionettes. It's actually pretty good.
Huh.
That's creepy.
I like marionettes.
All right.
All right, so about NASA.
What else would you like to know?
Well, I'm trying to think of what other movies would be possible. Like the movie Phenomenon with John
That's not
Travolta.
about
He
NASA.
says he sees an alien before he gets his
That's not
psychic
about
powers.
NASA.
Well, it does involve space.
It's not about NASA. Just because it's in space doesn't. That's like saying Independence Day
What's
would
the
be
new Channing? There's a new-
Independence Day.
Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah, yeah.
There
yeah.
you go. Thank you. You can watch that one.
It's about
I was-
filming the moon landing and the event
If
that they don't make it. So that's why there was that big conspiracy of they didn't go to the moon. They
was
filmed
all-
it in the Hollywood studios.
Yeah.
Like because they did in the event that it didn't work.
Can't I just listen to the Frank Sinatra song like 30 times?
No.
Oh, damn it. It's a really good song, though.
You've
I'm
been
not,
outvoted 2-1.
I'm not doubting that Blue Eyes is not a good singer. I've got 2 pictures of him on my wall.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm not debating that. What I am saying is no, that does not count. But yes, Fly Me to the Moon, that would count. Yes, I'll give you that much. Watch the Right Stuff. That is actually one of the best movies about how the space program got going. I would say watch From the Earth to the Moon, which was an HBO miniseries, but that's a miniseries, not a movie.
Apollo 13.
Yeah.
I've seen that one. What about The Day the Earth Stood Still?
No.
Oh. What about the original, not the remake?
No. No.
You're confusing NASA with sci-fi.
Yeah.
Just because it happened in space doesn't mean
Or
NASA
it involves
was
a
involved.
spaceship.
What happens in NASA stays in NASA.
Watch Geostorm.
I did.
Oh no.
It's like a third NASA.
Or Space Camp. You could watch that one. That's a fun little movie.
Don't know that one.
Oh yeah.
That's a fun little movie. So that one's about it's about space camp, and these kids are all attending it, and they do this thing like one kid's a slacker type, and then the one girl who really wants to join NASA, she's diehard. And there's a young little kid who's like keeps wanting to go into the next level group of kids, but he's not old enough. But he always goes every year, and he in the base or where they're at, there's this little robot thing named Jinx, and the kid becomes friends with this robot, and so he wishes that he could go into space. So one of the things that they get to do is they get to do all the simulations and stuff, like for the shuttle and everything. It's during the shuttle program time,
Yeah.
and they're doing it, and so they actually get to go into one of the real shuttles that's not launchable. Or it's not supposed to be. But then the robot, because of the kid that he wished he could go to space, heats up one of the engines, and it's going to explode unless they launch it. So now the teacher woman is stuck with these kids, and they have to launch up into space.
Well, how about I say I watched that movie and go watch Heavyweights instead?
I need a go, no go for launch. No go. I vote no go.
All right, one last one. What about Flight of the Navigator?
No, but I mean, they do have some NASA stuff in there, but no, again, that's science fiction, it's time travel. And although Pee Wee Herman did voice the robot,
How about The Martian?
yes, the Martian, that is very close to NASA stuff.
So,
Gavin has an idea.
You're damn
Good,
right.
he gets
Because
yes.
that's close to NASA.
I give nothing but great suggestions, and they're all shot
All
down.
science fiction. You're talking about aliens and stuff. This one is actually
Aliens.
What?
Aliens.
That's nothing to do with NASA. It's not. They don't even mention NASA in there.
there are no such thing as space marines right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find a good movie to watch.
Just because we have the space program.
Yeah. Jeez, Patrick.
I'll figure this out.
You'll figure it out. But yeah, so to that defense of the Martian, it is all about NASA trying to get him back, and it's actually, they say it's very realistic to how NASA works, like how all the people function, all the things they do, and how they come up with stuff on the fly. Apollo 13 was a very good
Yeah.
NASA-based movie about Apollo 13.
Yes, I've seen it. Tis a good one.
Yeah, and no, Apollo 18 doesn't count. I'm just going to throw that out there right now because that was a fictional story because there was never an Apollo 18. Apollo 17 was the last flight. A little more education for you.
I want to see something cool. I want to see
Prometheus?
War of the Worlds.
We're just gonna keep throwing him until Tony's head explodes, or he beats the shit out of both of them.
Yeah.
Movies about NASA. So anyway, so for you, the listeners, hope you learned something about NASA.
They learned a long list of movies that they're not allowed to watch.
If they wanted me to talk about NASA movies, yeah.
Fuck it, I'm gonna watch Flight of the Navigator anyway.
What does NASA stand for?
National Aeronautics Space Administration.
There you go. Very good. That was only worth $1.
I'll take $1.
You missed the $100,000 question.
Damn it.
Just a quick recap before we actually move on to the subjects. So yes, Buzz Aldrin was not the first man in space or on the moon. He was the second man to walk on the moon.
It's Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes, there you go. That guy.
Live strong person.
Yeah, live strong.
Live strong. Neil Patrick live strong.
There you go.
After we're done offending everyone in the space program.
Yeah. I think NASA's just gonna line up and kick the shit out of us real
Yep.
quick. No, you'll be fine.
No, they have to have approval first.
Yeah. Congressional.
Yeah. That's why they call the CIA first.
Capcom, you have a go for shooting.
Yeah.
You have
I need a
go for
go, no
shooting.
go for the target.
Houston, we have a corpse.
Houston, come in Houston.
Why are all these NASA drones outside Tony's house?
Yeah. This is podcast 1. Houston, do you read? Podcast 1. Houston, do you read? This is Houston, podcast 1. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord.
There's some guy at an Air Force base in like Virginia looking at us through a drone camera.
Yeah, that would be Langley.
laughing. Yeah,
What?
he's laughing.
Yeah.
He's, sitting,
That would be Langley, and yes, he is laughing.
he's sitting there eating Twizzlers. Like, these idiots.
Why does the NSA got me watching these lunatics?
Actually, he's probably listening and saying, 20 minutes in, why has this nothing to do with 200th episode?
Wait a minute.
So we wanted to get to the 20-minute mark to really get into it.
Exactly. We're all about the twos here today.
So 200.
Well, I can honestly tell you, man, it's been a wild ride. It's been awesome. I would not have guessed when we played that one round of golf years ago where Tony comes up to me, he's like, yeah, think about making a podcast. You want to do it? I'm like, what's a podcast? What is the cast of the pod? So we're live? Well, no. So we're live recording to be okay.
We
Yeah,
go
sure.
later.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Gavin says yes, and Tony finds me at the bar. He's like, "Oh, hey, me and my friend, we're gonna start a podcast. You and I always like talking about movies. You want to join us?" I was, yeah, sure. Why not? It'll be fun. 4 years fucking later.
I know.
And here I am having to tell them that Buzz Aldrin was not the first man in space.
Longest,
Here you are regretting every life decision you ever made and
longest
bring you to this
30-day
table.
subscription I ever signed up for.
What does this free trial end?
It doesn't. All of a sudden, the gates of hell open up.
Yes, we've removed the ninth seal.
Yes.
Yes, the three-headed beast is coming.
Pretty sure the three of us coming together for a podcast was the breaking of the ninth seal.
Yes. Next time you come in here, there's just going to be candles and people with goat masks on. And
I'm just going to pull an Abe Simpson. I'm just going to walk in, put my hat in, and then just immediately turn around, grab it, and walk right out the door.
No, those won't let you.
Oh, no, I've already got it. I'm going to walk in to Mr. Goatman. He's like, the punishment will begin now. Oh, yes, Daddy. I need a supervisor here.
Where's my HR rep?
Yeah.
I need a more demony demon.
Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, shit, we got one of those.
He's what we call an enjoyer.
I've been working my whole life for this, bitch. Bring them goat horns here.
Goat horn. Don't forget your goat leggings.
This is bad.
Jesus Christ.
Pagan rituals.
The pagan ritual.
And now I have to go home and watch Dragnet.
People against goodness and normalcy. Pagan. Pagan. Don't forget your goat leggings. Friday. I found the snake.
It wasn't where we said it was.
Yes, watch Dragnet.
It's a good movie.
That is a good movie. I mean, I'm not arguing that with you. Why does everything have to be an argument?
Yeah. It's just not about NASA, so don't bring it up then.
Yeah, right?
You know, if we actually do a talking about NASA episode, I'm going to watch everything but a NASA movie.
I know you will.
There was a guy in it had a NASA uniform. Journey to the Center of the Earth does not count.
Says you.
One of the Apollo missions was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think they had one of the capsules. Like, because there was like a spaceman there.
There was a spaceman.
Is that the one with Will Ferrell or Brendan Fraser?
Neither.
No. Well, the original wasn't. But Journey to the, what was it?
Center of the Earth.
Yeah, Center of the Earth. That was with
Will Ferrell.
Will
Okay.
and Danny McBride.
But they were journeying to the center of the Earth, not into space.
Very true.
It was like this vortex that like kept, it was like part of space time. It would just suck stuff like random shit in. And it would do it like from different times. So there was like a spaceman there.
So like Deadpool 3.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
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 It's like the multiverse.
Don't make my head explode.
Yeah.
I can already hear Patrick's circus music going. It's gonna be a zebra with an afro coming in the door.
Oh, I would pay to see that.
Afro circus, Afro circus.
Yeah.
And this is what it's been like for 200 episodes.
Yes.
And you stuck around for this. That's. I don't know what that says about us or what it says about you.
If you're tuning in today, you're getting a grader.
Yeah.
Welcome to Movie Talks and Chill, where we do things gooder.
Yeah. Yes.
We're more gooder than the rest of the other gooder
Yeah.
people.
The ones that ain't gooder.
Yeah. They're
The batters.
worder.
They're worder.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting it to make sense.
We're just,
Sometimes I say words.
Yeah. Words.
Words.
Word. Oh.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
There it is.
So 200, there's been 200 hours of sitting
This.
and talking. Normally we would do like a recap like at the end of the year, which isn't that far away either. That's only a couple months away.
Yeah.
That'll end our official fourth year, beginning our fifth. But it has come quite a bit. I mean, we've moved on to video. And we got
have.
cameras, so people now can see the lovely faces.
We got lights.
You got lights. We have cameras.
We have
A lot of
action.
Yeah, a ton of action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year we go to the film festival, it's just more and more people. I think the first
Yes.
year we had like 8 interviews. Last year we had 12 or 13. And then this year we walked away with 19 full-on interviews.
Yes. Actually, I had to turn away a couple people.
Yeah, towards the end.
Sadly.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
But we
Reminds
did give
me,
them
I
our business cards and our dot cards.
Well, yeah, and
so
I gotta reach out to Mr. Nick. He was the one that, and then we gotta watch his their short film on Amuletto. Yeah,
times.
yeah. And we got reached out to by another person. I'll talk to you guys about that offline. Her name is Trish. Said she met one of us. Might have been you. And she would like to talk
If it
with
was
us.
the woman from Sunday, she talked with me. It was right after we were done with Michael and Melvin.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But you can read the email. But it's an email. But she said sometime in July would be nice to come on and join us.
right around
So we will
the
be-
anniversary.
Yep. We'll be talking through that. But yeah, no, so going back, we'll just, because we haven't really fully recapped the film festival
Yeah.
either. It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
It was a lot of
Two
time,
very
a lot of
long
talking,
days, even though as fun as they were.
A lot of good information, a lot of great people.
I mean, all the interviews were really great, but there are a couple that stick out to me as like my favorites.
So
I'm
tell
sure-
us what they are.
Well, the first one is the one with the doctor from Miami University in Ohio about the ornithology, about the documentary, The Birds.
The Birds, yeah.
And not the evil
Andy and
Hitchcock
David.
one, Andy and David.
Yep.
It was just really interesting.
Although he said he liked that.
Yeah. And he's an ornithologist. I'm
Yeah.
assuming any movie involving birds is right up his alley. No, it was really cool talking to him and learning about, how they're tracking these birds, and they're tracking from like Montreal to Panama or wherever. Really interesting. And they put like little nets, and the dumb little birds just fly into it, and they put a little tracker on it and then send it on its way. Because I do remember the first part of the episode, or the interview, the guy who made the film was talking. He's like, you have to catch these little birds first. And the guy's like, yeah, you don't walk around with a net. That's just wildly impractical. And then towards the end of the episode, I was like, how do you catch these little things? He's like, great question. And then 20 minutes later, I know now how to catch a tiny little bird.
Yeah.
You put a net on the tree and it confuses them.
But you got to disguise it.
Yeah.
It's got to look like spider web, basically.
Yeah, so if you ever seen a hairnet at Publix or any place, that kind of like mesh material, that's what they use apparently.
Yeah, and I was surprised about the technology they have for the tracker.
Oh yeah.
Because it can't be so much of the weight of the bird so that it would impede its flying ability, but it had to also be durable enough to stay on it for to track a migratory season. Like, it's wild.
We also learned that dragonflies, or at least some of them, migrate. Except
Yeah.
that bastard outside my apartment doesn't.
See, this is how you can learn stuff. You just keep going to film festivals.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
people
right.
talk about doc- 'cause you've actually memorized more stuff now than I've heard you memorize in a long time. Or retained
Yes.
information, I
Exactly,
should say.
retain.
Really good interview.
So if they're listening, you can get your honorary degree now.
Yeah, they just got to give us the test.
Yeah. They'll watch the episode, they'll be like, that was the test.
That was the test, gentlemen.
Test.
You passed.
Yes.
It's in the mail. We didn't send a frame.
Hey, if they want to give me an honorary doctorate, I'll take it. I'll put it on my resume, and I'll forget to put the honorary on there.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school? AMC.
Yeah. Downtown St. Pete. It's really it's real new, real new class. It's not a particular
The
schedule that they
American
follow.
Medical College? Yes,
Yeah.
that's where I went.
Yeah.
Academic mediocre college. So what was your other ones there?
It was with Joe and Dana from UT. They were the animators. Really loved that interview.
Pencil Gator Studio.
Yep.
Animation Studio.
But I got to talk about Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, All Real Monsters, Studio Ghibli, video games. That one was just a blast for me.
These are a few of his favorite things.
Yeah, pretty much. That one was really cool. We talked to him offline a bit, and we might be working on something else going on with him, and I'm really excited to see how that pans out. Honestly, like I said, they were all fantastic, but I just wanted to spotlight those two for me as being really most memorable for me.
What about you, Gavin?
I have a guess.
I really liked the. What is it?
Maxim. Your favorite interview was with Maxim.
I mean,
Now you're gonna put him on the spot.
Okay.
Now
Actually,
if Maxim listens, you'd be like, "Hey, wait, why isn't it?"
so I loved Maxim, but I want to say what actually took me over, and I think probably you guys would disagree with me on this, but Mr. Corley from Jeebus.
Oh God.
I will tell you, the entire time I'm over there talking, and I can't remember his name, but the guy that was with him, I think it was
It's like James, I think.
yeah, was like an executive producer
Yeah.
and helped him direct and write it, and I'm talking to him, and it's just like a normal everyday conversation, and then Corley's over in the corner, and he's like freaking this, stretching his shit out. I'm like, is this guy about to run a mile, or what in the world is going on? It's
We
like,
sit down for
is
this.
Is this part of his process? And I was worried, and then he sits down, and he is like.
One word answer, monotone.
Yeah, because we talked about, previously, I hate when you ask somebody a question and they're like, yes. Okay, what inspired you about the movie? I wrote it. And he came on and did that. But he broke it pretty quick, and I just liked how yes, he was massively in your face, but he was just genuine. He was genuinely who he was. It was not an act. This is just this person. And I like the fact of what they did to, bring the city of Gulfport on board for, making that movie and getting that done. I mean, that's a huge thing. He he kept what 51% of it, and then the rest of it is the township owned. So whatever the movie makes at that point, the township makes. Like, I just thought that was a really cool thing, and he was really about getting, reviving the area and promoting that too.
Very
And he
good.
was fucking punk rock, like literally. Well, not punk rock, more just like Eat the Rich, Aerosmith back in their heyday.
Yeah.
He even mentioned that. He said, well, we tried Eating the Rich and they didn't taste good. So
What about you, Mr. Tony?
Well, as usual, they're all great. There was, I really enjoyed talking with Anthony, and because I liked his story about that he basically used his experience in high school,
right,
to
yeah,
write his short. And we got to meet him prior to that too, and he was
Yeah, you
just a
wound
really,
up at dinner with him the night before.
yeah, with Doug and all them. But he was just a really again, genuine but nice guy, and he was funny too. Like I said, he reminded you so much of the brother from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
He could do that voice. Not that he's like that, but just he was even imitating it too. Ma.
David, why did I send my mother to the Hamptons?
Yeah, from Independence Day, he was in there. No, he was really cool. I've actually, we became friends on Facebook too, just so I could, share stuff when his episode came out. And he does a lot of just Instagram videos or reels and stuff where, you can tell he's really trying to work the business. And
Well, and he's also from the area, and that was a part of the conversation that I kind of loved. When we were talking with him, he was pissed off because he lives in New York now, and it was a huge move for him to uproot and go up there. But he's like, now I'm back here, and there's so much shit to do. Well, I left because it was boring. Now it's fun.
No, he was definitely good. Like I said, all of them. I know you guys will definitely disagree with me on this one in terms of. I think it was just because you didn't feel the energy, but I like the information that Kalman gave. I know you guys said it was kind of monotone, but when I watched,
There was a guy from Toronto who had his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, he recently got his doctorate, so shout out,
Yep.
congratulations.
Yep. But I think
You're now on par with us and our honorary
Yes,
doctors.
yeah.
Of course, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Yes. Just.
But no,
He actually did his dissertation.
Maxim was great. The thing that I really liked about Maxim, besides that he had a lot of great information, I am probably going to bug him about hey, about that Adobe stuff. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because he literally wrote the book on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when we were joking around about Batman earlier, like Christian Bale or something, and then when we actually started recording and we introduced ourselves, and I said to our special guest, and he jumps in, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
All right, this guy gets it. I was like,
Right.
he knows how to just have fun with
Yeah,
it.
Exactly.
He picked up on the vibe real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he had a lot of great information too. That was pretty cool. And it was even better that we accidentally had stolen him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up.
He
But
comes up, is this the podcast? You damn right it is.
to the record, we didn't know there was another podcaster there. So as far as we knew, we're the only podcast
We're
here.
the official
Yeah.
podcast for the Sunscreen Film Festival.
Yeah.
You remember that, people.
Step.
Yeah, when we realized it about halfway through the interview, because he was getting a text from the person he was actually supposed to be meeting, we were like, we need to go apologize to a couple people, don't we? Thankfully, one of them...
for nothing. It
Yeah.
wasn't my mistake.
I'm sorry that you're not the podcast that he's sitting
Well,
with.
thankfully, one of them was Steve, and he's like, whatever, guys, this shit happens.
You left me here with no one keep me company except Steve.
Well, the good thing about it was, he realized that he originally, the scheduling, he probably would have ended up talking to us anyway, but the scheduling was with somebody else. But he could have said, hey, I'm really sorry, I need to go do this. He
Right.
stayed with us for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Yeah. He
still
was
talked.
like, you know what? I'm here.
And he's like, let's take two.
And it was like we heard from Doug and Tony Armour, is like, oh, that guy Maxim's real nice. He says, real awesome. He knows a lot about the entire industry, and it's all you gotta do is just ask him a question. He'll just carry it on. It's like, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Like, we had 2 questions, and that was the 30-minute answer.
Each.
Yeah, and it was wonderful.
I was hanging on every word.
I definitely loved his passion for it, and what he still had.
I love how he brings in the psychology of the audience and the filmmaking.
That's what got me. It's like he's
Yeah.
turning it into a whole look into a person's eyes, feel what they're feeling, and I'm like, this is going metaphysical here. This
Yep.
is like look
Exactly.
at your inner
Well,
feelings.
once he told us that, I was like, I have to look at him in the eye, otherwise I'm going to be rude, and I really don't want to get hit by this guy.
I'm not crying.
Well, I guess I would say that out of all the 4 years that we've been there, this year we probably got some of the most information. Like
Yeah.
this was a very, I mean, not in terms of information about what they're doing, but this was a lot more of like deep dives, behind the scenes stuff, a lot of documentaries, a lot of insight. I'd say we probably got the most informative.
Yeah.
Learned a lot is what I should say.
And I would probably say the most diverse
yes.
collection that we had, from, we had animators, we had two docuseries on
a
there,
wrestler.
we had a wrestler. We had, two education guys. It's just a wide breadth of where we got to cover this year.
And Vincent was with us. He did that documentary. Remember about the Everglades?
That's what I
That
said,
was-
two
yeah.
documentaries.
Okay. Sorry.
1, 2.
Sorry. Relax.
1,
Two.
2.
Who's number 2? Buzz Aldrin?
Yes.
Actually, that was Neil Armstrong. Come on, man.
Neil Livestrong?
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Patrick Livestrong.
Who's the first person in space? Sputnik.
Technically, you are wrong.
Harambe.
No, I think it was Caesar.
It was 4 guys in 1902. They
Yeah.
went to a moon with
And
moon
they shot the
goblins
moon in the face.
and got attacked by moon
They
goblins.
went on a 3-hour space tour and then got lost.
Yep.
Gilligan's Planet.
Gilligan's moon.
Well, we also can't forget to, we had also Cameron stayed and talked with us for quite a while,
Yep.
giving us updates on the festival. Doug was able to join
And
us a
also
couple
some
times.
projects that he was,
And
had
projects he
been
was working on. Krista was there.
Yep.
Got to join us up there and talk about her, panel workshop she was going to be doing and, more about the industry. Mm-hmm. 'Cause she fights hard for that.
Yeah, she does.
She's very
Her,
passionate about it.
Her site, Film Berserker, where the
Yeah.
educational site.
Yep.
It's about promoting yourself and getting distribution rights and making sure you're not screwed over by the industry, because unfortunately she and a few other filmmakers have been taken advantage of in the past, and she's very passionate about making sure that don't let this happen to you. This happened to me, and this is what you can keep an eye out for to make sure that your movie isn't screwed over hardcore.
And then, of course, we got, even though they didn't have a film in the festival, the final interview was Michael and Melvin from Bad Monkey Pictures.
Backslash merch.
Yep.
Nice merch.
Oh, trust me, that was like the first 3 sentences out of their mouth.
Making beautifully weird shit.
Yep.
But they, and that was a fun conversation because they didn't really talk about a movie specifically.
No, just about their experience again in the industry.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they were only there for that Sunday, so they couldn't speak onto this year's festival as
Yeah.
a whole. But talking with Melvin and Michael is always a good time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just the fact that there was more of like talking about the growth and changing as you progress in making film and stuff. So that was a completely another different type of
Had
conversation.
a return of Mr. Stein.
Yep, Mr. Steve Stein joined us again, and he was doing that panel.
Doing a panel,
right?
yeah. The AI
Yeah,
panel.
the AI
panel.
one.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there, so we don't want to miss anybody. So
No, just again, a massive thank you to the staff and everybody that put on the
Who
the
puts up with
event.
our bullshit.
And yeah, exactly. It helps us get set up and
And I think we've
even
mentioned
flows.
everyone that we've talked to except for one person. So just quick shout out to Trevor who joined us.
that's right. Yep,
Yes.
Sorry, Trevor. Didn't mean to miss out on you there.
Well, it started out what was our favorite interviews, and like we've all said, like all of them were great, and so we just started
Absolutely.
talking about all of the interviews.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't want to miss Trevor. He was nice enough to come and sit down with us.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure we are forgetting someone. Massive apologies.
It's been a while, and I've been busy editing, so
Okay.
my head's tired.
Yeah, that was a 3-day whirlwind, which I look forward to every year.
Oh yeah.
I unfortunately missed the last interview because I had another 3-day whirlwind.
It was just with
After-
Melvin and Michael.
Yeah, it's just Melvin Michaels.
Yeah. It's like saying, oh, shucks, I missed an interview with Doug. It's Doug. You'll find.
I don't know. I kind
And
of
yes, Doug, you could hear that.
I kind of like them more than I like Doug. But anyway,
Now he has to come back on.
now yeah.
He's Team BMP now.
But we know Ben's just the lowest of the low. I'm still reeling on that Facebook message, buddy.
I'm not even privy to this one. I think that's a story for offline.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't see the comment?
No.
Oh, he was being funny. It was,
Yeah, it's just
I
being
think it was
stupid.
Doug was sharing something, one of the posts with us.
It was like, you guys, you need to really listen to these guys. And then Ben comes on and goes, nah.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's like, nah, I'm good.
LOL.
So that's why I commented back. I said, that's why we like Doug better.
You're dead to me.
You're a whore, Peter.
You are the weakest link. No,
Yeah,
that's a
Taste of
reference.
betrayal.
Yeah,
It was
that's
the
what it was, Ben. It was the taste of betrayal. You left us on Friday night, and then you put the comment out there, you're dead to me.
No, but
Well, all
overall,
right,
yeah.
Ben, I still like you.
You know I love you.
Yeah, Patrick wasn't there anyway, so he doesn't count.
Yeah, I went home. I didn't go out to dinner with you guys.
Yeah, you upset Ben.
You really missed a good dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
I got the video where I was told I was fired. I may post that.
That was at the end of the dinner when we were starting to feel good.
Oh, I bet.
That was a good time though. It was,
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing was good. The award ceremony was fun.
Yeah, and I liked the venue that they did this year on the pier.
Yeah, they went all out for
They
this
did.
year.
Yeah, this one, space has been like kind of a key factor the last couple of years.
So we just took over downtown St. Pete Pier.
Well, I think they kind of solved that problem at the James Museum, but you know, you don't want to do the same thing twice.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the pier,
Oh, that was
when
an amazing.
when they said
idea.
it was going to be there, I was like, okay, like how are you going to pull this off? But they put a tent right out there, right behind where the splash park is. So there was bathrooms out there already, so they didn't have to worry about that. They had 3 or 4 like 2-person bar setups. I think it was 3. It's 2 at the front and then 1 at the very back.
Yeah. And then they had a gelato station.
Yeah, that went out quick though.
Yeah, it did.
Because they only, I think it didn't open until 9, and then everyone could get 1.
Yeah.
And then the line was huge.
Oh yeah, the line was gone.
But the bars didn't run out.
No, they did
That
not.
was, that's a huge plus.
No, they did not. Me and Tony and Rachel had we stayed there and got a walk-in drink.
Well, it was funny because when I went up, I just happened to go up anyway, and they're like, it's going to be last call, and so I just got drinks. Like, you want another one? I'm like, I can do that.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Sure, but, I mean, just go ahead and give me 3 or 4. I don't care. I mean, whatever. I mean,
I'm not driving anywhere. I got a hotel.
Exactly, we're walking.
no, it was
What's
good.
open container?
You're fine with it until the end of the pier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when
So
you
it's
get
kinda
within
like-
like 50 feet, you just got to start chugging.
It's
Bud
kind of
Lights.
like when you're in over there with Tris and Stillwater and all that stuff on the. As long as you're you're outside and you're not walking out in the street with it and everything, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Then the cops aren't going to hassle you about it.
Exactly.
And I will say one other thing too, going back to like when you were talking about the staff and everything. What was really, really cool. Well, it's cool every year, but I noticed even more this year is it almost felt like we were more a real part of it this year.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
that they've always made us feel welcome. That's
That's
and
never
it's-
been an issue.
I mean, we have the privileges for us to be able to be there.
Yes.
But this year it was like putting up the poster. The guys that were working, it was like, do you guys need anything? Do you need anything? Do you want to put this here? You want to put this there?
Yeah.
Like quite a few people are like, how's everything going? Do you guys need anything from us? And I'm like,
Yeah, and
I
it was
don't-
like,
I'm
how
good.
can we help you? That kind of mentality. That was awesome.
I do want to back to the party real quick. So the next morning we talked with Doug, just get a quick recap because he had 15 minutes where he had to go run a panel or something like that. And I asked, so what was your backup plan in case in Florida in the rainy season it rained on your outdoor party? He's like, I didn't have one. We just really hoped it didn't happen. I was like, all right. Big swing, but it paid off.
He had every rock and chakra he could find placed at each end of the piers. Like, it will rain everywhere but this centimeter.
A gigantic dome comes out of the ground.
Yeah, they actually
Yeah, it
just
looks
they lift the dome at the Dolly and put it over.
It looks like the dome from Las Vegas, that brand new one.
Actually, it's more of a force field like they have in Wakanda.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like-
that's fair. Yeah.
How did you get the money for this?
We found a vibranium ore mine.
Yeah, I contacted Dave Filoni.
Yeah. No, it was a good time though. I mean, yeah. Again, everything everything was great, and also just some of the other people we got to randomly meet. That's one person we didn't, or maybe you said it already. The other guy, Steve, that was Tony's friend, or the guy that Tony works for now.
Steve.
We
Forgot to
him.
mention.
Oh yeah.
The guy who owns the studio out in Texas. It's
Yes.
on like 8 or 9 acres or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I didn't want to, when it popped into my head, didn't want to forget to
Yeah.
mention him because that was another fun.
Yeah,
interview
just while you were over there, talking to his wife about the technical stuff for the podcast.
Yeah, I was educating people this year.
Me and Patrick over there talking to him. No idea this guy's a millionaire.
Yeah. Tony Armour's boss.
Yeah. He's like, I'm Tony Armour's boss. I'm like, excuse me? Huh? What?
Who's Tony Armour? It's nice to meet you, though.
Yeah. Who's Tony Armour?
Yeah,
he was cool.
yeah, that was definitely a weird conversation. Yeah, because she just comes over and she's like, "I'm going to talk to you guys about like how you guys do this. Like, what's the mixing board? How long do you go for? What's all this technology?" I was like, "Tony, we've got someone for you to talk to."
Hey, get the guy. Yeah,
I got to talk to the better looking one. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
that's fine. We got to talk to one who control the checkbook.
Yeah, no, right?
I don't know. Maybe that's a 50-50 thing either way.
6 and 1/2 dozen of another. It doesn't
Yeah,
really matter.
exactly.
You might want to rewind that thought there for
You're
a second.
right,
but
you're right.
Scratch that, reverse it.
All right, how about we talk to the one that had to sign it?
No, but that was funny because there was another person that asked us about that too.
Yeah, there
And
was, wasn't there?
So that was actually the girl that works for the Hillsborough County.
Oh
does a podcast for them,
we
Birdie.
met her on that Thursday night. Birdie. Yeah, that's it.
And so actually I was able to connect
So
with
many
her.
people. The fact that I'm
Oh
remembering.
yeah.
And I like that too when on the red carpet night and Ben's like, "Can I introduce you guys to the
Yeah.
commissioner over
It's
there?"
like,
I'm like,
first
yeah.
You never have to ask us to introduce us to anybody.
Yeah. Just grab us by the arm and say, "Go talk to this person."
Now he ended up being busy. He was in the middle of some things,
Yeah.
but we got to meet Birdie, and she actually runs a podcast over for them.
Yeah. For the commissioner.
For the commission. And so, but she was asked some questions about it too. So I've connected with her on Facebook as well. So I'm going to see.
I
if
know
we
she
can
wanted
do
to
some
connect with us during the weekend,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we were all just so slammed.
Yeah,
I think.
I saw that they had a terrible time getting back from Cannes.
Cans, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like 36 hours.
Yeah.
They were like, flight was delayed by like 3 hours, and there was something else happened, and they had a 5-hour connecting flight or a 5-hour layover. And
the plane that was there, they could refuel, but they didn't have a crew for or something because you can only have only be on there so many hours. So in the flight, they would have went over that time frame. So then they had to find other pilots, and they didn't know when they would find that
If
crew.
there's a 5-hour delay and be like, "I'll apply. Just let me serve drinks. I can get these people home to New York."
Well, no,
wherever
but
the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
we're
it's,
going."
it was
it's
a
the
3-hour
pilot that's the real thing.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a 3-hour delay, but then they had a 5-hour layover
Exactly.
once they got here. So
Yeah.
they're already delayed, and then time changing and all that other stuff. It's like I think she posted in been up since 3 a.m. It's like her and her husband or boyfriend or whoever the guy she was with.
That's the commissioner, isn't it?
Is that the commissioner?
Yeah.
I
Is that-
thought so.
okay.
Yeah, that's the commissioner.
Okay. Well, we didn't actually get to meet him.
No, we
meet him,
didn't.
And I
No.
saw him for a split second, but
I will say a 36-hour flight that's usually like a 12 one. The smoker in me is suicidal.
yeah, I was gonna say if you're smoking, you're gonna be done.
Well, most of the time you're sleeping in that, so you'll be fine.
You're just gonna buy a raft and just start paddling over the water. At least I
feel
can
like-
smoke.
Yeah, at least I can smoke.
Take a train up to Paris and then another train to London. And I'm gonna go chill there for a week because that whole entire country fucking smokes.
Just call me Steamboat Willie.
I did see it real quick. I know we're almost out of time, but they did drop a trailer for Screamboat Willie.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I saw it, and I saw the trailer about a week after it came out, and was like, "Oh, damn!" And then I looked up showtimes. It's like, well, I'm not driving to Orlando.
Yeah.
Like it was a very limited release. It was like Blood and Honey.
Okay.
But
Oh, they're doing it in Orlando.
yeah,
Wow.
so Blood and Honey
Oh,
only got
that's
released
just
to
mean.
Orlando, and Screamboat Willie also only got because it's such a limited distribution apparently.
But I mean, that's bold.
Yeah, but I will say in the trailer for Screamboat Willie, there are 4 girls going on a bridal
Yeah,
party.
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, and they're all wearing Disney princess colored dresses. And you're like, well, that's Cinderella. That's Honor. Oh no, they are riding that line tight to not get sued.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did with Mean One.
Yeah,
Miss Cindy Little, you know who, not Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy, you know. Who.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and they all had names that were really, really close. So like Honora was called Aurora or something like
Yeah.
that. Like they big old swing on that one.
Yeah.
And I really hope it paid
Good.
off.
You're walking the
Good.
tightrope.
I'm glad that if you're gonna do that, go big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darn it.
Half-ass this.
But yes, overall, great time.
Oh, 100%.
You know, I
Like,
already
I-
can't wait till next year, and it's gonna come by really quickly. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, this last one just snuck up like nowhere.
Oh yeah, it's almost like anything that's like really fun. Like there's so much prep week that we put into this. Like oh, this weekend's gonna be hell. It's gonna be annoying. I gotta drag and blah 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 blah. And then you get there, all that just melts away, and you have like the best time of your life.
That's the only thing I don't like is toting stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't mind the setting up and breaking down. I just don't want to tote anymore. Which we'll talk offline. We may hire some people to do that next year. Just 2 kids.
No, I got 2 guys named Dave that we could probably give $20 to, and they do it.
No, they won't.
And a case of beer.
I know those guys. I know them way better than you. They will not do that.
No. Not gonna do it. Not
But
gonna
no,
do
it was a great time as always. It'll fly by. We are almost out of time though. We just want to make just kind of a random episode. Just 200. We're always planning everything. Figured why not plan? Why plan? So this is
Just
what.
talked a recap of the film festival.
Yeah.
We did a little our normal bullshit at the beginning of the episode.
I don't know what you're talking about. The
They
first
learned-
20 minutes were awesome.
They learned a little bit about NASA.
And I love NASA.
I love NASA.
I love everything that's not NASA, apparently.
Yes, we know.
I'm gonna go watch Heavyweights and Evolution today. Sounds like a great afternoon to me.
I bought a shirt from NASA once. It says rocket science. It's like magic, but real.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so we are about out of time. So thank you guys for joining us for number 200. Real quick.
Not even about movies, but they just dropped a new trailer for GTA 6, and there's a shirt that Rockstar put in it. And those cowards need to make this a shirt because it says, "I enjoy violence, thanks video games."
Yeah, I'm in.
Yep.
And on that note,
Yes.
And we've basically lived where, everything in GTA 6 we've already lived, so.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Miami. I never want to go back, but I've been to Miami.
But all the trailers were like from Florida videos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that drop? That was hilarious.
All right, guys, we got to head out of here. Thank you again for joining us for 200th episode of Movie Talks and Chill. We'll be back.
Syndicated.
Yep.
I'm gonna go rethink my life.
We'll be back every week going forward until.
Oh God!
Yeah, I know. Right? Every week.
What deal with the devil did I make?
Depths of hell till the end of Patrick's life.
Till you're 90.
Forever.
Yeah, well, I'm less than T-1 month from the
Yeah.
big change.
Yep. The big change.
We know. Yeah, he's
All
gonna
right.
hit menopause.
44 years. Get it? Been doing this for 4 years when you turn 40. The fours keep coming. All right, guys. Thanks so much. 200 episodes. A lot more still to come. Our anniversary coming up in a couple months here. Patrick's Big Change Day coming up soon.
Yep.
Hopefully have Doug back on here to do his recap of the film festival. Or just
He's got to
to
come
join
back
us
on
in-
and defend all the shit we said about
yeah,
him. So.
well,
Yeah.
you said about him.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that, Doug? He said, not me.
To be fair,
And
Gavin's the one who
too,
pissed
yeah.
off Ben.
Yeah,
so.
there you go. So now you guys know who's replacing who now. So
Yeah, Shane's replacing me.
he's not here. Anyway, thank you guys so much. 200 episodes. We'll talk to you next time. Take care.